Now, when we last left this game, the French had just broken the British Army. That ended that game. But what if this had really happened? The British Army breaks, and here comes the Prussian Army. We're going to finish up some combat on turn 3, and then we'll begin with the Prussian Army coming on, the French Army trying to reorganize and change its facing. The cavalry charge on the artillery. Bombardment cannot eliminate a unit, but close combat, where they're firing grape, can.
The French cavalry is lost.
The British saved their artillery. And now Perponker's men, and they are flanked by French guards grenadiers. Perponker was able to cause 2 wounds, destroying another French unit, and this is critical. The French can only afford 2 more losses. And now we begin turn 4. Remember, Waterloo is a 7-turn game. Because it doesn't start till noon, turn 4 is dinner time. The old guard pours over the high sink and charges Cook's household guard infantry in the rear. And they are lost. The French guard grenadiers charge Perponker's men in the rear. They too are lost. The British troops fleeing from Hougoumont could not escape the field of fire of the old guard. They are lost. The retreat of the Anglo forces is costly. In addition to the 6 blocks that broke the army, they've lost an additional 3 breaking off. But now the French army must turn to face the Prussian army. Those are the British casualties. Those are the French casualties. The infantry blocks are up here. The non-infantry, the cavalry, the artillery, the detachments are down here. These don't count towards the breaking of the army, but they do count for points. Turn 5. Now we're on to turn 6, late evening, and Napoleon orders his entire army to line up on Durland's corps at La Haye. Kellermann's cuirassiers charge the Prussian center. Roder's dragoons are swept aside. Late evening, last effort. Now we begin with the final combat of the evening. Desperate pushes. The Prussians knew that they could break the French tonight while they're weak. They have a better chance than waiting till morning. The French sensible thing to do would have been to pull back, to recover, but they held, trusted in their elan. In the end, they were pushed to 5 blocks, needing 6 to break, so they held by a thread. But the Prussians threw everything they had into it, and they lost 5 blocks in 1 turn of combat, and 5 breaks the Prussian army. The French have defeated both armies at Waterloo, and that was a good game. And you might ask, well, if this has gone into a second day, what about the Prussian Third Corps with Thielmann? Or what about Grouchy's Corps? Would Grouchy finally have shown up? To honestly answer those questions, you'd want a campaign system. And now finally, coming soon, I'll say this fall, the Waterloo campaign game. It took longer than anticipated to publish the campaign game, but Command Post Games wanted to get it right. Now they've been fairly tight-lipped about what they've come up with. As soon as I have it in my hands, you'll see it in a video. Please like and subscribe and follow my Pub Battles page on Facebook. The link will be in the description, and you'll get all the latest info on the upcoming games.